Welcome to my channel, everyone. My name is Abby and thank you so much for practicing with me. Today I have a 45-minute Vinyasa flow for you. We're gonna get really unwind and just get the body feeling comfortable. Grabbing props if you do use them within your daily practice, but you don't necessarily need them. And we're gonna start in a comfortable seated position, getting in tune with your body and breath, because we are gonna begin with a pranayama breath, alternate nostril breathing. It is a great breath to do if you're feeling anxious. It really calms the mind, it centers the mind, and it really brings your mind and body to the present moment. So in a comfortable seated position with a really nice tall spine, just again tuning into those deep breaths here. So for the alternate nostril breathing, you're going to be using your right hand. Your index finger and your ring finger are going to come down towards your the base of your right hand, and then as you center your mind and breath, we'll just prep our body here. And I'll prep you, and explain it. So once I begin to do it, you're going to draw your hands towards your head, and you're going to close off your with your right thumb. You're going to use your thumb to close off your right nostril, and then with your right ring finger, you'll end up using that ring finger to close off your left nostril. So as you do the breath, you're going to bring your ring finger to your forehead, take a deep inhale through your nose, and then as you exhale, just let it all out. And we'll begin. So drawing your right thumb to your right nostril, take a deep inhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Through the left nostril. Now you close both nostrils just for a moment, and then as you exhale, you're closing your left nostril and exhaling out of the right for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. For a moment, breathe, staying still, and then inhaling through your right nostril for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing both nostrils for a moment, and then as you exhale out of the left, for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. And you repeat that. So you inhale through your left nostril, close both off, and then you let the right nostril go as you exhale. And then inhaling through the right nostril, closing both off, and then you exhale through the left nostril. So try to make both of your breath inhales and exhales very even, and one full round is going through inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right, and then inhaling through the right, exhaling through the left. So just taking the breaths here as I guide you through. This is an amazing breath to bring focus and awareness. It really does truly calm the mind. So taking your time here, I like to usually do 10 to 20 rounds depending on how I'm feeling. Bringing awareness into both sides of the body, into both sides of the brain. Just checking into making sure you're not rounding through the spine. The spine is really nice and tall as we do this alternate nostril breathing. Really bringing concentration into your mind, your body, before we begin the rest of the sequence, the class. And this is a breath that you don't need to do before a practice or after a practice. You can do this wherever and whenever you would like. Really taking your time, making sure you're completing the entire inhales and exhales, not rushing those breaths either, trying to make them even. Noticing that the mind is probably coming to stillness, coming to calmness. And then just finishing your last round, you can gently release both hands and come back to a normal breath here. That Ujjayi breathing, deep inhales and exhales through your nose. And just noticing what's going on within the mind and body. Feeling all of the benefits of that breath. And then on an inhale, we'll draw our hands up overhead. And as you exhale, you're going to bring your right hand down to the floor beside your right hip. And with the left, you're going to start to arch over towards the right side, coming into a nice side body bend. Creating space through the left side, making sure we're not collapsing into that right. So growing through both side bodies. Relaxing that left shoulder down away from the left ear, making sure that both hips are grounded down. Just breathing deeply. And on your next inhale, we'll raise up out of that side bend and just bring our arms out in front of us and fold forward over our legs. So since you are in an easy cross-legged position, whatever leg is in front, you will probably get a nice gentle stretch into that hip. So just feeling that, breathing into that. Just warming up into the body. On your next inhale, you'll gently come back up into a full seat. And we'll just cross our legs and just bring the opposite leg in front this time. On your next inhale, you'll draw your arms up overhead, and then we'll take a side bend to the left. So left hand will come down beside the left hip, and reaching your right hand up overhead towards the left side. Creating that space within that right side body, relaxing that right shoulder down, making sure that we're growing through both sides of our waist here. And on your next inhale, releasing that, coming back up to a tall spine. And you can draw your hands out in front of you, just folding forward over your legs, coming into a nice fold, bit of a stretch into that hip. Making sure that both of our hips are grounding down to the earth. And on your next inhalation, you'll just come back up out of that, and we'll cross over onto our hands and knees and come into a tabletop position here. Checking in, shoulders are going to be stacked over your wrists and your hips are going to be stacked over your knees. Your belly button draws in and up towards the spine. Just breathing deeply here, engaging your core, and we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. So on an inhale, you'll arch your spine, open through that heart, and look up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, you're curling under, separating those shoulder blades, looking towards your belly button. On an inhale, arching your spine up, and then as you exhale, curling under, look towards the belly button. Taking this with your breath, inhaling to arch, and exhale, round. Inhaling to arch. Looking up, opening up through those collarbones, and then as you exhale, really rounding through. On your next inhale, come back to a neutral spine, and you're going to shift your weight into your left hand as you inhale to lengthen your right arm out in front of you, and then as you exhale, you're going to lengthen your left leg to the back. So coming into a nice tabletop position here, belly button really draws in towards the spine. Try to keep that left leg nice and strong. As you exhale, you're gonna draw elbow and knee in. So on an inhale, you'll lengthen your right leg and right arm, left arm. And then as you exhale, drawing knee to nose. Inhale to lengthen out, and now this time as you exhale, draw your left knee out towards your left armpit and right knee down towards your right hip, or right elbow towards your right hip, sorry. Inhale to lengthen out, and then as you exhale, curl in, knee to nose. Inhale to lengthen out, and as you exhale, left knee to the side, right elbow to the side. One more round of that before, and then coming back to a neutral spine. We'll shift on to the opposite side whenever you're ready. So left arm lengthens forward, right leg reaches back. Inhaling to find your strength, find that balance, find that core, and then as you exhale, draw knee to nose, elbow in. Inhale to lengthen out. Now this time, exhale, right knee comes towards armpit, left elbow comes towards left hip. Inhale to lengthen out, come straight. And as you exhale, draw in, knee to nose through center. Inhale to lengthen out straight. And as you exhale, come out to the side. So we're engaging a different part of our glute here. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, draw to center. One more inhale to lengthen. And as you exhale, draw that out to the side. Replace your hand and knee back down, and then just shifting back into a child's pose for a moment. Just releasing your hands, your shoulders, your upper body. Finding your breath. Just taking a moment before we begin. As you inhale, you're going to curl forward into an assisted plank pose. So the knees are going to be down, shoulders over the wrists, and then as you exhale, take a really nice long breath to come all the way down onto your belly, moving through your chaturanga. On your next inhale, lifting and lengthening into your cobra. And then as you exhale, you're going to reach your hips back into your child's pose. So we're going to repeat that. As you inhale, you're going to curl forward into your plank with your knees down. Exhalation, chaturanga, nice and slowly, all the way down onto your belly. As you inhale, coming into your cobra pose, whatever that is today. And then as you exhale, lift your hips back all the way to your heels for child's pose. Go moving with our breath here. Inhaling, coming forward into your plank. As you exhale, move through your chaturanga all the way down onto your belly. And as you inhale, drop. We're gonna bring our fingertips wide this time, so just off of the mat. And as you inhale, you'll come into your cobra with a wide grip. As you exhale, release back down. Again, inhaling, opening up into that cobra with your hands wide. And as you exhale, release the belly back down. And again, as you inhale, lift and lengthen, stay there up in your back bend, and then dip your right shoulder down as you look over your left, coming into a bit of a twist here. Looking over your left shoulder, releasing that right shoulder away from your ear. Breathing here. Inhale, come back through to center. And then as you exhale, left shoulder dips down as you look over your right. Relaxing your right shoulder and your left shoulder away from your ear. Lower body is nice and strong. As you inhale, come back through the center and releasing back down, shifting back into a child's pose. And we'll actually lift our hips high, come to a downward facing dog. So walk it out here, find your alignment, hands are shoulder width distance apart and feet are at least hip width distance apart. Take any movement that feels organic to you and your body. And on your next inhale, we're gonna make our way to the top of the mat. So just walking to the top of the mat, bit of a bend into your knees as you just fold forward over the legs, maybe grabbing for opposite elbows or just allowing the arms to hang heavy. Just breathing here in this ragdoll fold. And on your next inhale, just allowing your arms to relax and take your time to roll your body all the way up to stand, coming to your mountain pose at the top of the mat. Grounding down through those feet, feeling the weight. And on your next inhale, you're going to reach your arms up overhead. As you exhale, bend into the knees and fold forward over your legs. Inhale, lift and lengthen, create a tall spine. Now as you exhale, step your left foot back, stepping back into a lunge, keeping your left knee lifted, right knee stacked over ankle. As you exhale, step back through a plank and move through a chaturanga. Inhaling up into your back bend. And as you exhale, lift your hips high to downward facing dog. Inhaling here and exhale. On your next inhale, step left foot forward between the hands, setting up for your lunge. Right knee stays lifted. And on your next inhalation, stepping to the top of the mat. Right away, lift and lengthen, tall spine. Exhale to fold forward. And inhale to sweep your arms high. Right when we get to the top, as you fold forward over your legs, bending into the knees. Inhale, create your tall spine. As you exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot to the back of the mat, left coming into lunge. Step back to plank and move through your chaturanga. Inhaling up into your back bend and exhale to lift your hips high to downward facing dog. Inhaling there. And on your next exhale, you're going to step your right foot to the top of the mat, find that lunge, really nice and powerful through that back leg, and step to the top of the mat. Inhale, create your tall spine, and exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, sweeping your arms up. And exhale, draw your hands down through heart center. Again, inhale, reaching your arms up, lengthen through your spine, through those side waists. And as you exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, create your tall spine. As you exhale, plant your hands, step left foot back, coming into lunge on the right side. Step back to a plank and move through your chaturanga. Always feel free to release the knees down. As you inhale, come up through your back bend, and as you exhale, find your down dog. Right away, left foot steps forward, find that lunge, and then step to the top of the mat, right foot meets the left. Right away, lift and lengthen, tall spine, and as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming to stand, arms above head, and right away fold forward over those legs. Inhale, tall spine. As you exhale, plant the hands down, step right foot to the back of the mat, coming into your lunge, and then move through your chaturanga. Inhaling up through your back bend, and then as you exhale, lift your hips high for downward facing dog. Now step your right foot forward for your lunge, keeping your left knee lifted, and then right away stepping to the top of the mat. Lift and lengthen, create your tall spine on your inhale, and as you exhale, fold forward passively. Next inhalation, arms above head, coming to stand, and allowing those hands to come down through heart center and meet at the waist. Stepping out so your feet are at a wider distance here, either hip width distance, or you can even go wider. We're going to come into a forward bend, drawing your hands back behind you and interlacing your fingers. On an inhale, you'll reach your hands away from your body, looking up. And then as you exhale, you're going to fold forward over your legs, but allowing those hands to float away from the body. Thinking of squeezing your shoulder blades together, making sure that there's not hyperextension in your elbows, so slight bend into your elbows. Keeping the spine as tall as you can as you activate into those legs, keeping your balance and folding forward. Using your breath on every inhale, think of creating length in your spine. And then as you exhale, if it's there, creating a bit more space to fold deeper. Opening up through that chest. Feeling those hamstrings open up as well. On your next inhale, just allow your hands to come down to your lower spine, releasing that fold. Inhale to lengthen out through your spine, and exhale, fold forward passively. And then inhale, raise all the way up, coming back to mountain pose. Bring your hands onto your hips here. We're going to shift our weight into our right foot and draw your left knee up in front of the body. And then as you exhale, you're going to step your left foot to the back of the mat, finding a high lunge here. Once you're in your high lunge, really slowly draw that left knee down, coming into your low lunge. So right knee should be stacked over the ankle, left knee is on the floor. You're thinking of drawing both legs towards one another, drawing your hands down through heart center as you exhale. And on your next inhale, you're going to lengthen out over that right leg, and you're going to come into a twist. So left elbow is going to come to the outside of the right knee. With your hands in prayer, just using your arms to help you guide deeper into the twist, but making sure that you're only twisting from your mid-spine and your shoulders, not bringing those hips into the twist either. Breathing deeply, really trying to expand that stomach with your breath on the inhale. And then as you exhale, emptying out, creating more space to twist. Now on your next inhale, you're going to look down at the floor at your right foot for balance. And on your inhale, you'll start to lift that left knee off of the mat, coming into a full revolved lunge here. So really making sure that you've got one long line of energy from your heel to your hip, and then that amazing twist through your spine, thinking of stacking your shoulders on top of one another, breathing into that right leg, pressing down into that right foot, feeling that hamstring activate. And then on your next exhalation, we're just gonna release that twist, bring your hands down to the floor. Option here to move through a chaturanga, or you can meet us back in a downward facing dog. Finding down dog as your resting position, breathing deeply into that right side. And we'll step to the top of the mat. We'll step the left foot to the top of the mat, find your high lunge here. So left knee is stacked over the ankle, that right leg is nice and strong. And now as you exhale, gently and slowly release that right knee down to the floor. So as you release that knee from a high lunge, you're really finding the activation within your low lunge, not just collapsing into the stretching aspects of the posture. So just checking in, shoulders are stacked over your hips. You're really thinking of drawing both legs towards one another. And then we'll bring our hands down through heart center. On your next inhale, lengthen out over that left thigh. And then exhale to twist. Right elbow is going to come to the outside of the left knee. Breathing into that twist. Every inhale, think of creating length, finding stability within this lunge. And then as you exhale, if it's there, maybe twisting a bit deeper. Making sure you're relaxing that left shoulder down. On your next inhale, looking down at your left foot for balance. And exhaling to lift your right knee high, finding your twisted high lunge. making sure that those hips aren't coming into the twist. You can always feel free to bring your left hand to your lower back. Check in if you notice if your hips are twisting, and try to release that, only twisting from the mid to upper back. Exhale to gently release that twist, stepping back into a down dog. Inhale up through plank, moving through your chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, find your back bend. And then as you exhale, you lift your hips high for a downward facing dog. And you can breathe here in down dog or release your knees and find a child's pose. Just noticing what you're feeling within your body after those twists, allowing wringing out the body of any toxins we're developing. I always feel so refreshed after a practice with a lot of twists. So just resetting here, finding your breath if you've lost it, in child's pose or down dog. Now on your next inhale, coming back up into down dog if you weren't there already. On an inhale, find your plank pose. And we'll come into a side plank here. So you're gonna shift your weight into your left side, left hand, allowing your left shoulder to stack over your left wrist. Option here, you can drop your left knee like I'm doing, or one foot in front of the other like I'm showing as well. Or you can stack your feet on top of one another. So for side plank, really actively pressing into the floor, making sure you're not collapsing into that left shoulder girdle, really reaching with your right hand, and the legs are super strong here. Not only allowing the core to do all of the work, making sure the legs are strong. And now on an inhale, if you can, lift that right leg, draw that right knee towards your chest, and see if you can step that right foot to the top of the mat, making your way into a high lunge. If it isn't graceful, it will get there. So finding your high lunge wherever you land. Right knee is stacked over the ankle, that left heel is pressing towards the wall behind you. You're drawing your belly button in and up. Now we're gonna step our right foot. We're gonna step into our right foot, coming to balance here. So drawing your left knee towards your chest, staying here if you would like to, or you can always grab onto the toes with your peace finger, the big toe, and extend that leg straight, or grab a strap or a towel, whatever variation. Just breathing here in our balance, standing hand to big toe pose, trying to keep our hips level. Both legs are nice and active, focusing on one spot in front of you that's not moving as your drishti. Now gently releasing that left leg, keeping it lifted, we're gonna bring our right hand to the outside of the left knee and open up the left hand to the back of the room, coming into a standing twist in balance. Breathing here, if you would like, you can extend that left leg long, holding onto the pinky toe side of the foot and finding the twist from there in this balancing pose. Whatever is working for you, maybe shifting your gaze back towards your left hand, finding your balance and breathing. And then you can gently release the foot as you inhale to unwind, coming back through to center. Coming to stand, allowing the body to be still, trying not to fidget, just feeling the stillness after that balance. And then on your next inhalation, reaching your arms up overhead, exhale to fold forward over your legs. Inhale, create length through your spine, and then as you exhale, you can step back and move through a flow, meeting back in a downward facing dog. As you inhale, find plank, and we'll take side plank on the right side this time. So setting up whatever variation is best for you, if that is with right knee down, or one foot in front of the other, or both feet stacked, whatever is best. Just really making sure you're not collapsing into that shoulder girdle. You're drawing your shoulder blades back and down, relaxing your neck, but being really nice and active through that entire body here. Now on your next inhale, see if you can lift that left knee towards your body, and as you exhale, step it through to the top of the mat, finding a lunge. Goal is to be really nice and light and graceful with that transition. Once you're in your lunge, just grounding down, pressing through that left foot, feeling that left hamstring engaged, that right leg is back behind you, really actively strong. And we'll be coming to balance. So bring your hands down to your hips, stepping into that left foot and drawing that right knee up and in towards the chest. Grabbing hold of that right knee. Option to stay here, or you can extend that right leg long, catching the right big toe with your peace fingers or using a prop. Coming to balance in our standing hand to big toe pose. Trying to keep that spine nice and tall. The hips are flat. And the shoulders are stacked over your hips. Now gently releasing the grip of the toe and coming into your twist. Right hand reaches back behind you. Left hand comes to the outside of the knee, or if you're extending that leg long, grabbing onto the pinky toe edge of that foot. Maybe shifting your drishti, looking back behind you towards your right hand. Spine is tall. That left foot is grounding down, feeling really rooted into the mat. Next inhale, unwind, and gently releasing as you exhale. Coming to stillness at the top of your mat, not fidgeting, just really feeling what's going on within the body. Taking a moment of stillness. On your next inhale, reaching your arms up overhead, and as you exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, create your tall spine. And as you exhale, step back. Option to move through a flow or meeting us back in a downward facing dog. And once you're back in down dog, we're actually going to come back to a seat, down to a seat. So just stepping your legs forward, crossing your legs, and landing onto your bum, coming up into a nice tall seated position. That left leg is going to stay long, and then you're going to draw your right knee in, bending into the right leg in, so you're bringing your right foot to the inside of the thigh or anywhere into the inside of the left leg, really. As you inhale, reaching your arms up overhead, and then as you exhale, you're going to fold forward over that left leg, trying to reach towards the left foot. That right leg is bent and really nice and passive here, looking to create that tall spine all the way from the base of the lower back up through your neck as you fold forward over that left leg. Grabbing onto your foot, like I said, or your shin, your hamstring, whatever is available to you. On your next inhale, come back to a tall seat, and we'll take a revolved head to knee pose. So you're gonna just slightly turn your body towards your right knee. That left hand and arm is gonna come to the inside of the left leg, and with your right hand, you're going to reach up and over towards the left foot. Had difficulty saying that. So just coming into a really deep side bend here into the right side. That left hand is down beside your left leg, and you're really arching over, trying to catch your right foot. But you want to make sure that your head is poking out from under your armpit. On a deep inhalation, come up out of that side bend, and then we'll take a twist here. So lifting your right knee to the sky and just bringing that right foot to the outside of the left. Right hand is going to come behind you. On an inhale, reach your left arm high, and as you exhale, left arm is going to come to the outside of the right, coming into a twist. Gently looking over you and past your right shoulder if that is available to you, if it feels comfortable with your neck. Just making sure that you're seated up nice and tall. We're not rounding in that lower back as we come through this seated twist. Inhale, come back through to center, just releasing that, releasing the right leg, and then we'll shift onto the left. So right leg long this time, left leg is gonna bend, and that foot will come float anywhere along with the right leg, either the thigh, the calf, and then we'll fold forward over that right leg this time. Left leg is passive, trying to keep the spine tall, grabbing onto whatever is available to you, if that's your foot, your shin, your knee, your hamstring. On your next inhale, coming back up to a tall spine, and we'll come into revolved head to knee. So you're gonna pivot towards your left knee. Right arm is gonna drop to the inside of the right leg. Left arm is gonna reach up and overhead as you start to arch that left hand towards your right foot. Really taking your time here in this deep side bending pose. Still creating space through your right side as you actively reach with the left hand, creating more space through that left side body. On your next inhale, coming up and out of that, coming back through to center, and then lifting your left knee, drawing that left foot to the outside of the right knee, coming into your twist. Inhaling to reach right arm to the sky, and as you exhale, right elbow will come to the outside of the left knee, opening up towards the left side. Maybe eventually looking over your left shoulder if that's okay on your neck. Just breathing into your spine. Inhale, creating length. Exhales are there to twist deeper. And on your next inhale, gently releasing that twist, coming back through to center. And just crossing over onto your hands and knees here, just to set up for camel pose, Ustrasana, back bend we're gonna be doing today. So you're gonna be standing up on your knees. Shins are gonna be straight back behind you, and your feet are gonna be hip width distance apart here. You're gonna draw your hands back behind you, allowing your fingertips to point down towards your hips. And you're drawing your shoulder blades towards one another, really opening up through your chest. As you inhale, you're gonna start to lift the heart up towards the ceiling, maybe arching your gaze back behind you. Breathing here, you're in the back bend there. If you wanna go deeper, continuing to trace your gaze back behind you as you drop your hands down towards your heels. Trying to keep the hips stacked over your knees, and allow them to open up through those collarbones. So really think of opening up through your chest to your heart. On your next inhale, gently coming up the way you got into it. So head will come up last and sit back onto the heels just for a moment. Camel pose can be a really intense back bend for some. So just resetting here, taking a moment to relax the mind, control our breath. And again, we'll set up for another set. So legs are shoulder hip width distance apart. Whenever you're ready, as you inhale, start to shift your gaze, arch back. And then finding your variation, whatever that looks like, finding the depth within your back bend, if that's with your hands on your lower spine or your hands to your heels, taking your variation. Really trying to arch back, Open through that heart, opening through the front body, the hips, the the quads. And then on your next inhale, gently coming back up to a tall spine, and allow your hips to find your heels. Reset in stillness and just breathe. And then from there, just really nice and gently crossing on to your bum, so releasing your legs. And we'll come up to a seated forward bend here, just to release that back bend. So arms are going to reach up above head, and then as you exhale, you're just going to fold forward wherever that goes. You can feel free to really round through your spine here, or take a taller spine, really whatever feels best for your body. Just using your breath as you exhale, try to release further into that fold. Keeping the legs nice and strong, those toes are pointing towards the ceiling. Really releasing through the entire spine here. Letting everything go. Being passive, maybe rounding forward, or if you're folding with a tall spine, really think of lengthening your chest towards your feet, but making sure that your neck is in line with your spine as well. And on your next inhale, just really nice and slowly coming up and out of that. And we'll take our time to come all the way down to laying onto our back. Just closing the sequence off, the class off now. So we're gonna finish with a reclined spinal twist. So I'm gonna take eagle legs here. So bending into your knees, you're gonna cross your right leg over your left, and then with your left foot, press that left foot through. Gently lift your hips and shimmy them over to the right side, and then allow your legs to fall over to the left side as you look over your right shoulder. If this is too intense for your spine today, you can always release the cross of your legs, taking any reclined spinal twist that is your favorite, just anything that you can really unwind and release in. You can allow the breath to come to a slower rhythm, a more passive, relaxed rhythm as we cool down, setting up for our finish. In this twist, just allowing your legs and the weight of your arm, your shoulder to really help you open up deeper into this twist. Really trying to be heavy, trying to be calm. Trying not to hold any tension. And really nice and slowly, you're going to take your time to unravel yourself out of that twist on coming back through to center, just repositioning your hips. You'll cross your left knee over top of your right, pressing through your right foot to lift your hips slightly over to the left side as you allow your legs to fall to the right. Arms are out in that T shape or cactus arm, looking over your left shoulder. Making your body comfortable in this reclined twist. Trying to find that same depth of passiveness, of ease that you had on the other side. Really thinking of every exhale, releasing further, relaxing further, unwinding further. really bringing your focus inward, allowing your mind to really settle while your body is settling as well. And just finishing your last breath. On your next, you'll just gently unravel from that twist and set up for your final pose, Shavasana. So allowing the body to go completely relaxed, not holding any tension anywhere. Shavasana in English is corpse pose. So you do truly want to become a corpse within our daily lives. Even when we sleep, we don't allow our bodies to completely relax. So take a few moments here, really let your body become still, trying to keep your mind empty and stopping it from wandering, and just breathe here. I thank you so much for joining me today for your practice. Subscribe, like the video, and share. Have a fantastic day. Namaste.